Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our debate. My name is Šárka Žvejkalová, and I would like to introduce you the life of Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela was born on July 18, 1918, and he was born in Transkei, Africa. This is the part Transkei. You can see it on the picture. When he was born, his name wasn't Nelson. His name was Roliahla. I'm sorry about the pronunciation. And the birth name means something like to pull a branch of tree and troublemaker. Nelson Mandela's parents were Gadla Henry, which was father, and Nosekeni was mother. Nelson was the youngest son of the father, which had 4 wives and 13 children. And his father passed away in 1930 when Nelson Mandela was 12 years old, and he had the work after his father. The education and activism had played a really focal role in Mandela's life. The name Nelson was given to him as a 7-year-old student in Kunu primary school. And it was like customary for school children to be given Christian names. As a youngster, after Kunu, he attended Clarkbury Boarding Institute, where he completed his junior certificate. Later, he attended and matriculated from Healthtown, well-known Wesleyan, which was a well-known Wesleyan secondary school. After completing secondary school, he enrolled in Fort Hare Missionary College to seek a bachelor degree. He was thrown out of this high school in 1940 for organizing a strike against the white rule, which was on the college. At Fort Hare, he met also Oliver Tambo, who became a lifelong friend and business partner. You can see both on the pictures. In 1941, he moved to Johannesburg. He earned his bachelor degree in 1943 from the Fort Hare. Though he completed his coursework through the University of South Africa. Then he had started studied law at the University of Witwatersrand. He earned a 2-year diploma in law, which allowed him to practice law, but did not earn an LLB degree. The activism on the high school was the first step in his early career. In 1944, Mandela joined the African National Congress, ANC, and played a pivotal role in forming the ANC Youth League. In 1952, he became a leader of the Defiance Campaign, speaking out through civil disobedience against South Africa's unjust apartheid practices. Also in 1952, he and Tambo, his friend, formed Mandela and Tambo, South Africa's first black-owned law firm. But then, after this activism, He was arrested and tried like several times for his for the activism against the country's unjust system of racial segregation. Nelson Mandela spent a large portion of his adult life in prison. In 1964, Nelson Mandela was sentenced to life in prison. He served 27 years of the sentence before being released in 1990. He was imprisoned on Robben Island for 18 years before being moved to two other South African prisons. The Robben Island you can see on the picture in the right corner. In 1968, both his mother and son passed away. However, he was not permitted out of prison to attend their funerals. His only son passed away due to AIDS. While he was in prison, he was told that if he stopped his acts of violence, he would be allowed to go free. He did not agree to this provision, of course. He furthered his law studies through the University of London during the early days of his imprisonment, but did not graduate. But finally, in 1989, toward the end of his time in prison, Mandela earned his LLB degree, which is Bachelor of Laws, from the University of South Africa. Upon his release from prison, Mandela quickly rose to a leadership role in the African National Conference, ANC. He was elected deputy president of the ANC in 1990, and in 1992 he was elected as a president of the ANC. In 1994, he became the first president of South Africa, to be elected by a democratic election in which the African National Congress was allowed to participate. At the time, he became the country's first black president. Once he was finished with his presidency, he became an advocate in support of people suffering from AIDS. And a little bit about end of his life. Nelson Mandela was hospitalized for a respiratory infection for over a month in Pretoria, in South Africa, prior to turning 95. As a result of a serious lung infection, Mandela was on life support for almost 6 months. His body lay in state Pretoria, and the state funeral was held in Kunu. He was buried in the family graveyard, which is also in Kunu. And Nelson Mandela died at home on December 5, 2013, at the age of 95 years. I would like to tell you more facts about Mandela's life and career. Some interesting facts. There was a lot more to Mandela than his activism and political life. Also, Mandela has honorary degrees from more than 50 universities worldwide. Like a hobby of was boxing. He boxed as a youth and was a fan as an adult. And the last thing, Mandela's image was edited to South Africa's currency in 2012. He also wrote his autobiography, A Long Walk to Freedom, which was published in 1994. In 2013, it was made into a movie. Then you have there other 3 books which he wrote. Nelson Mandela is an extremely important figure in history, mainly at African history. He was a great leader who sacrificed a great deal for his convictions, ultimately making life better for his country and his people. And he fought against the apartheid, against the racism, and against the white supremacy. And that's the end of my presentation. Thank you for attention, and I'm looking forward to continuing of our debate about Nelson Mandela.